Yeah, I'm fairly sure they haven't done much besides patch the top of this road in like 20 years. It just gets worse every time I come down here. There we go, we can see the river finally.
And Siri's coach.
Siri? What are you talking about, Siri?
Siri showing us the way.
Oh, the map. Yeah, I had to put in Ryan Dam because it couldn't find Morony Dam. And I took the wrong damn turn first. I was paying attention talking on the stream and missed the turn. I don't come down here that often, so it's... Oh. Alright, what do y'all think? Should I fish at the dam, like right in the spillway, or should we go down 100 or 200 yards and fish where the water's a little...
Sorry about that, guys. We bounced the damn Starlink out of its holder. Unplugged it. All right, come on, buddy. So we are headed down to the river here. If I can manage to get through here without breaking anything. There we go. So we are just below the dam over here. It's Morony Dam. How you doing, Josie? Welcome. Oh. Well, the rapids over there is usually where I pull the smallies out. There's kind of a deeper channel here. I'm kind of thinking down over here, though. Let's set up down over here first. Oh, good Lord. You know what I did forget, though? My damn net. It's been too long since I've fished. I'm forgetting things.
What is this? Is this frozen? Something?
Buddy, not right now. All right, let's get set up here. Yeah. I didn't realize I was talking to myself. Are y'all here still? I don't know, my signal must have crapped out when I moved the Starlink. Oops. I'm over here gabbing to myself. We have one line in the water. I forgot my damn pyramid weight, so all I have is the round weights, and it doesn't look like it's holding it on the bottom there real well. We'll let her chill for a little bit. See how it goes. All right. So our first one is in the water. We just have a night crawler on a drop shot rig. Setting up here, inline weight with a just a floating chartreuse jig head. And we're tipped with just a pink gulp maggot. And this one we'll kind of actively fish with. Can somebody remove kokanee salmon from the target list? Spark that thing? Yeah, I need to. There it is. Got my new Zippo. We need Josie. Yeah, go ahead and remove kokanee salmon. There are no kokanee here. We might get into Northern Pike, Smallmouth Bass, Rainbow Trout, Brown Trout, Walleye, Channel Catfish. There's a whole bunch of different targets we could get here. Kokanee is not one of them. Kokanee, while they do spawn in river systems, tend to spend their life in the lakes. They spawn upstream from a lake or a reservoir in most cases, and then drift back down into oh shit, that's me. Like, why is that moving every time I pull on the rod? All right, so today we are fishing with one of my trusty, one of my favorite rods. It's a ugly stick carbon fiber, medium light, fast action, paired with the Pisca Fun Carbon X2. This one I believe is the 2000 series. We're running 30 pound braid on this rig for our main line. And then we are running a 25 pound fluorocarbon leader on our drop shot. Good to actually see you with a rod in your hand again. I know, man. I have not fished since Christmas. It's been killing me watching y'all fish and not being able to get out there and throw a line in. We had a nice break in the weather here today. It's, I think, 53 or 58 degrees today. So incredibly nice. I should have planned a little better and went out this morning, but I waited. It wasn't until I took my run to the dump today to throw trash away that I realized how nice it was. So we took a detour and now we're fishing. Would be nice. I have not caught a fish at all this year, so first fish we get today will be my first fish of the year. If I don't jinx myself here. Knee deep in snow there, oh man. Yeah, we had a good snow last week. It dumped about a foot on us, but it almost immediately melted. Hey Gary, welcome back. I've missed y'all. I've missed fishing. Miss the flowers and greenery. Oh yeah. No, I'm so looking forward to spring. Really, really am. All right, buddy, you're kind of in my way. You want to move back a little bit? I don't want to catch you with the hook. Thought I lit this damn thing. What goes here? We got tagged with 3 good storms. It's rare like this here. Snow usually goes within a week or so. It's warm, but chances of rain every day, so I'm gonna try and get out there when I can. Oh, definitely get out there. This time of the year is some of the best fishing if you can get your poles in the water. Got nice fat fish everywhere. They're usually hungry. $90 in Ontario? What are you fishing for? 90? Are you sure? That seems hot. We're fishing Northern Pike, Walleye, Rainbow Trout, Brown Trout, Sauger, Saugeye come up this far. We might get into channel cats. Pretty much anything that's in the Missouri River is in this section of the river. Ah, dang it. I got my other line snagged. Shoot. Hold on a sec, guys. All right. Dog tags with the 4 months. Appreciate the continued support, dog tags. Dude, I'm so excited to put that reel to work. Oh, that's right, your giveaway ended today. Forgot about that. All right, we're on our line again. Need to quit doing that. You want a reel? Heck yeah. Congratulations, dog tag. I'm gonna try for a grouper. You're finding shells? All right, we might have to switch and float a bobber rig here in a minute if we don't get any action. Goliath grouper. Oh, that'd be fun. What's up, Redneck Amusement? Welcome to the stream. Didn't make emojis. Oh, for the memberships? No, I still haven't. I've sat down a couple of times to do it, but I get so easily distracted sometimes. No, I didn't manage to. Ooh. I didn't make any yet. All right, I'm gonna reposition this guy down a little further, or upstream a little further, I should say. Would be good with a crawler. Yeah, we might have to throw a crawler on there next. That's what we're running on the drop. Drop shot over here is half a crawler. Redneck with 6 months in the rod squad. Let's go. Thank you, buddy, for the continued support. Damn it, there went my worm. Well, I'll reel her in and put another worm on. You finding any good stuff, buddy? All right. A hole crawler. My hook's a little small for a hole crawler. I think I'm only running like a size, what is this, probably a size 2? Maybe a size 1 hook. Adventure awaits. How you doing, Rod? I am doing absolutely fantastic. How you doing today, Adventure? I am happy to be out here fishing. It's been 2 months, a little over 2 months since I've fished. And I only have 1 ounce weights with me today. I wasn't thinking. It was kind of a spur of the moment trip this morning. Normally I'd bring a 2 or 3 ounce pyramid weights when I'm fishing strong current like this. So this pole, and I don't even know if you guys can see this one that's set up. It's bouncing and kind of trying to find its spot. I'm gonna throw a little piece of a crawler on here with the floating jig head as well. Chicago feels like 23. Wind, a little chilly, but the wind's not bad. I had to water 2 hours for your last brown. Wait, 2 hours for your last brown trout. I think I only caught 1 brown trout all last year. I don't really target them very often. There are some nice browns that come out of this stretch of river here, though. Supposed to drop down into the 60s again this week. Man, I'd kill for some 60s right about now. We're 53 here today, and it feels fantastic. Tasmanian Great Lakes are pristine. Heck yeah. Hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. I'm just so happy to be out here fishing finally. Thanks for coming and hanging out and fishing with us today. Hopefully we can put something on the line here.
That almost looks like Catfish last time.
Okay.
It's being really rough, actually. That's the same as Catfish.
Yeah, it was 20 degrees this morning when I was giving Mia a ride to work. But it warmed up. We're 53 right now. All right, what time is it? We've been, ooh, is that something? few more casts with this, and if I don't get something on the line here, I think we're gonna swap over to a bobber rig, and we'll float these little rapids out here. See if we can get the smallies to bite. Rod, those other guys from Montana on YouTube ain't right. We got some interesting folks here in this state. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know, I've watched a few of their streams. They catch a good amount of fish.
Oh, that looks like your color. It kind of almost looks like your color of the hat.
Okay. All right, stand back, buddy. I'm trying to cast. You just set your treasures aside. We can look at them after the stream.
You have that big fish.
You found a crystal. No, no boat today. I contemplated bringing it out. I only have a few hours to fish here today. I got to pick me up at 6 o'clock, which is in 2 hours and 45 minutes. So we're just out here dinking around for a couple hours. I have done a little bit of the boat work to the boat while we've been waiting for the weather to warm back up. I put partial flooring down in it, so I have floor in half the boat. I got some starboard to put on the seats, so we won't have 1,000-degree seats in the heat anymore. So that should be nice. I ordered a new battery. So the automatic charge relay that I set up last season works, but they're two different sized batteries, which is not ideal. And one of the batteries isn't holding a full charge, so it's basically parasitic draw off of the battery that is holding a charge. So I ordered a second battery the same as the first one, so now I have two matched batteries. Ooh. So I'm just waiting on that to come in the mail. That should be here, I think, next week. All right, one more cast and then we're gonna bust out the bobber. No, it's not. There are a couple of little pockets in here, but by and large, the Missouri River is not a very deep river in most parts. You'll have pockets where it's, 8, 10, maybe 12, 15 feet. But for the most part of it, if the current weren't so strong, you could walk across a lot of places in the Missouri. And I said one more. This is actually the last one. Harrison Loggins with the 100. Thanks, Harrison. Appreciate your support. My new prop was delivered yesterday. I just got a fixed reverse and we're back on the water. Oh, heck yeah. Nice, dude. What's up, the Wicked Weasel? Welcome to the stream. Harrison with another 100. Thanks, bud. All right, let's swap this up a bit here. We're going to remove this inline weight here. And throw a float on. Try a different tactic here. I mean, just a sec here to swap this out, you guys. All right, so we're just swapping to a clip-on bobber. And what I'm gonna try and do is there's kind of a, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera very well, but we have kind of a slack area of water and then there's current. So that line right between where you got the white caps and the calm water, I usually try and take and float along that line. That's oftentimes a ambush area for predator fish. They'll hang out either on one side or the other of the slack water, picking off the smaller fish who tend to try and hide into the slack water. What's up, Seb? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Past Trout, welcome. Florida Keys. We're in central Montana here. Usually I wade in flip-flops. Oh, I don't like being in the water if I can help it. Stinky toes scare the fish. Sea fishing. That sounds fun. No catches so far. We've been fishing for about 30 minutes now, I think, roughly. And I have just a little bit too much weight on this line. My bobber is not bobbing. She's sinking. Oh, and so the response is, you'll see that there's a response from Nightbot, right? And then there's another response from @WannaSeeMyRod, me. That's Rodbot. We got Rodbot. It's not ready yet. It's not done yet, but it is functional. Somewhat. So coming sometime in the near future, we will have a fully functional Rodbot and can get rid of Nightbot. Your best friend is from Great Falls. Oh, right on. Yep, born and raised. That's where I'm from. I've lived all over the country, but this is home. Can't get skunked first day back at it? That wouldn't be fair. That's life, man. Ain't nothing fair about life, my friend. Harrison with another 100 and with another 100. Thank you, Harrison. Appreciate the support. There we go. Now we got a bob and bobber. Might have better luck moving up a little bit. Kind of fishing at the edge of where this eddy is over here. I was just gonna ask if you were running beta test with Rodbot. Yep, SoCal, that's it has very limited functionality and is not production ready, but it works. The biggest thing that I'm running into is the API limits. Google only allows you so many requests to the API every 24 hours. El Dabo, how's it going, Rod? I don't see no ice. Yeah, winter kind of skipped us here in Montana this year, at least in central Montana. We haven't had any fishable ice in like within an hour radius of me. We've had a little bit of snow, it freezes, but then it thaws again. And it's not good fishing conditions. What we have got, what we didn't forget about is the wind. We got all the winter wind, but not a whole lot of moisture. How do you get a gold star? I want a gold star. Oh, is that for the memberships? Yeah, that's membership level or length of membership, I think, Falcon. I don't know offhand how many months the gold star is. Do all your chores? Well, we're missing both our shrimp and our worm. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if we snagged it on a rock or we got munched on. Let's throw a little bit of a crawler on there and we're gonna tip it just with a gulp pink maggot. New York got all your snow. Yeah, East Coast, it's just been wild this year. We have had, this has got to be one of the mildest winters in probably the last 100 years here in Montana. And it is going to suck this year because the water levels are low everywhere. My favorite pike spot, Pishkin, is down 14.92 inches from its full. This time last year, it was down 5 foot from full. So we're down 10 foot in that reservoir from where it typically would be. And it is gonna be painful this year. Yesterday, I gotta go buy some more. Yeah, none of the local spots around here, they all stopped carrying night crawlers. It seems like once the first snow hits. I finally found a gas station today that had some worms. They're a little sad looking, but we got some worms. Come on, smallies. We gotta get something here. Trade you the 10 foot for the 35 foot your lake is down. Good God. It just makes it rough because at 10 foot down last year, I could hardly get my boat in that. At 15 foot, there's not a chance in hell. Our water levels aren't coming back to spring either, so I doubt any water will make it down south. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is a lot of the places around here that I fish are irrigation reservoirs, and they count on snowpack, snow melt. to refill them every year. And when there's no snow, there's nothing to refill it. All right, what time is it? 3:28. Let's give it 15 more minutes at this spot. If we don't get some kind of action, we're gonna move upstream a little closer to the dam, I think. This is SoCal had her chair set up on the spot I used to anchor the boat. Oh man. Muddy Waters Outdoors, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Thank you all for coming and hanging out and fishing with me today. It's our first stream on this channel in 2 months. Our last stream was Christmas. But we finally got a really nice day, so we're out here for a little bit. I swapped the springs on my boat trailer from the top of the axle to the bottom, so from overstrung to understrung, they call it, which dropped the ass end of my boat down almost 4 inches. So that should help somewhat with the low water conditions. I also did buy, that I have not figured out how yet, I'm going to get them on the boat, rolling bottom bunks instead of, right now I have flat HDPE bunks, so they're just, you know, the black plastic. And even though it's only a 16-foot aluminum boat, yeah, it's tough sometimes, especially, you know, in low water to shove it off of the damn boat trailer. So I ordered some rolling bunks. I just got to figure out how the hell I'm going to get my boat off the trailer to install the new bunks. I haven't decided if I'm going to try and beef up my ceiling joists in the shop so I can hoist it up from them, or if I'm going to build a, you know, some kind of A-frame or what. I don't know yet. My stepdad is qualified weatherman. He says he's quite concerned about climate change. Yeah, this last year is just weird weather. I'm honestly kind of hoping that the weather stays a little bit warmer and we get just drenched in rain for, you know, a couple weeks straight. I'll gladly take some rain. I don't really pray for more snow though. Wish day, not bad though. Wishing I was fishing, but I'm mad hungover still from Friday. What were you celebrating on Friday? Friday? Is that what you were celebrating? We might have something on this second pull here. It's been dancing a little bit, but the positioning hasn't changed. So, don't think it's our sinker bobbing anymore. Degeneracy. Earth's axis tilt. That's why we call the world turns. Lemon turmeric and ginger tea. I need like 8 foot of rain to fix my home lake. Thank God. All right, what time is it? 3:32. Another 10 minutes, we're gonna move spot upstream a little bit, I think. Move towards the spot that I was catching all the smallmouth last time. Hello from Hawaii. What's up? We are in central Montana here. Wishing I was in Hawaii though. That sounds nice. Appreciate all the thumbs up, you guys. Hope everybody's enjoying the stream. We're trying for our first fish of 2026 right now. Hopefully it'll be a good one. All right, so rather than move upstream, we're gonna bump the camera over this way a little bit. And I'm just gonna cast upstream. Not quite the spot that I wanted it, but we're at least not getting it immediately swept away. Apparently the amount of water AI fracking and farming is using is the reason levels are so low. Each GPT prompt supposedly uses 500 milliliters of water. I don't know how they measure that. Fracking is horrendous, yeah. Hey Katrina, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Missouri River looks nicer there. It's a beautiful spot. I love the canyons here, the canyon walls that the river's carved through over the millennia. We're just right below Morony Dam today, so just right below the spillway. Pan the camera over a little bit more. I think you guys can see the dam. Yeah, so it's just right up there. The dam spillway. We're about, I don't know, a couple hundred yards downstream from the spillway. Normally I stop right below the spillway. That's my first stop when I fish here, and I work my way downstream. But it's so snaggy up that way, I didn't feel like hassling with getting snagged. Ooh, there was a jingle. What was that? I think we got something playing with our bottom rig. Water isn't instantly reusing either. How long you been out today? The stream's been up for just under 90 minutes. We've been on the water for 45, 50 minutes. Just under an hour. We took a wrong turn driving here today, so it was a bit of a bullshit mission. I'm closer to Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri border. Okay. No fish, but a few snags. Magic 8-ball will rod get a fish. Now, what I'm working on for RodBot that I have not yet fully got working yet is an AI prompt. So type in .ai and it'll look up any question you want to ask it rather than me having to statically program everything. That should be cool. You go on a cross-country mission, or are you local right now? Local. This is it's about a 20-25 minute drive from where I live. Well, I take that back. 20-minute drive from Great Falls, which is a 15-minute drive from what I live. So about 35 minutes. Pretty close. Yeah, I'm building a rod bot. I'm trying to get rid of Nightbot and Stream Elements and freaking all the random bots and just have my own do everything. See any deer on the way? Oh yeah, the last night there were about 6 or 8 deer in the backyard. I probably passed a dozen roadkill on the way here. No live ones today though. What's up, Live Outdoors? Welcome, buddy. Oh, we're just killing some time. Mia gets off at 6 o'clock, and it was so nice today that we escaped out for a little bit to do some fishing. Trying to get our first fish of 2026. Fishing has been hard this winter. Seems like there's only biting a few minutes before dark. Can sit out there all day and limit in 10 minutes right before dark. Yeah, days like that, I don't know if they irritate me more or, you know, that 10 minutes though it's good stuff. I do enjoy when it gets hectic like that, strangely enough. It is frustrating sitting out there that long though and getting no action. Come on, fishies. All right, I need to grab a soda. Started going out at 4, no point sitting there all day unless you're watching movies. Yeah. You catching some good fish though? Big ones? I got some Pringles here if you want some, buddy. Ah, shoot. You know, walk up to the truck and get my soda out of the backpack. It's in the front seat in the big zipper. I'm giving old shithead a hard time. What are you targeting? Normally I get into the smallmouth bass down here. I've caught some really big carp in this spot. There's really nice walleye, rainbow trout, Northern Pike through here. We're just running crawlers and gulp worms though, or gulp maggots right now. So this would be more trout and smallmouth bass is what I expect we'll probably catch off of these if we can get something to bite. I'm just throwing, we lost our little pink gulp maggot, so just tossing another one on here real quick. There we go, that's the spot I've been looking for. Thank you, buddy. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but we're just on the slack side of the current. Got a bit of a dead pool there, and then some slack water against the current, and I'm like right on the line of it, slowly drifting. Hey, Clyde. Yeah, we're back on the Missouri River today. We're fairly close to my house, just out here for a few hours to dink around. No, only went for Lakers once this winter. Haven't been pike fishing, just walleye fishing. Haven't went for Masters since fall. I'm gonna do some closer to spring. Okay. Well, I wish you luck, my friend. Oh, we got 3:44, so we gotta get out of here. Somebody remind me we gotta give it 20 minutes to get from here to, let's call it 25 minutes. So we need to leave here 5:30, 5 minutes to get up to the truck, 25 minutes to get to town. 4:45, 5:45, 2.5 hours. So somebody remind me at 5:30 that it's time to leave. It's 3:45 now, so 5:30 Mountain Standard Time. Come on, fish. Don't forget 5:30. Hope that helps. Super helpful live outdoors. I almost forgot in the 2 minutes since I said it. You know what we're missing? You know what we haven't done? How do we forget? How do we forget to blow the fish whistle? You got these. So it's 2 vapes that have magnets on them, so you can do 2 at a time. Montana Huckleberry. Good stuff. Except for it's clogged. Why is it always clogged? Oh, good stuff. There we go. Excuse me while I die here a little bit. There, it's done. Did you guys see the Jack Hughes connection from Olympic Gold came? No, I didn't see that. Joe Mama Johnson. What's up, Joe Mama? Siri set an alarm for 5:30. There's an idea. There's an idea. Siri, set an alarm for 5:30. Oh. Alright, hold on, now I lost the damn magnet. I hate these new mics. Did I drop it? What did I do with it? Can you go wade fishing in the river? I could. I don't have any waders with me, and this water's like 35 degrees. It'd be a very unpleasant wade. But yeah, it's you could walk out to the middle of here and still probably be under your waist. It is fairly strong current though. Where the hell did the clip go? Buddy, stop. That's not helpful. They cut Jack Q from the movie Miracle on Ice 46 years ago. He scored an Olympic goal 46 years later. Oh shit. Seriously, what did I do with it? All right, give me a sec here, guys. I'm trying to find the clip for this mic is magnetic. And when I pulled it, wait a second, there it is, I feel it. No, that's not it. Thought I felt it. When I took it off my jacket to turn it off and turn it back on, I dropped the damn clip for it. I haven't moved anywhere. Where the hell is it? Did I mention I hate these mics? What's up, Saving Grace? What bait do you use? So we're running night crawlers and gulp pink maggots right now. All right, I just gotta start emptying pockets here. Because I don't see it on the ground. Yeah, so the whole clip is it's got a magnet on it, and then the clip is on the magnet. And when I had it clipped to my jet, oh, it's still right on my jacket. It's one of those. Has anyone seen my phone? I can't seem to find my phone anywhere. I've looked everywhere. I know it was a joke. See, he got it. Hello, buddy. Send a save for Brazil. What's up, Luciano Marquez? Welcome. 808. No luck so far. We had one that looked like a bite, but it didn't stick. We've only been fishing for about an hour though. Hey Lucas, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope everybody's having a fabulous, what is it today, Sunday? Yeah. Where'd my bobber go? Why can't I see it anywhere? Oh, there it is. Any wildlife in the area considered a danger to you? Oh, we have two different kinds of rattlesnakes, western diamondback and prairie rattler. They are probably still, though I don't know this year with the weather the way it's been, I don't know if they're hibernating or if they're active. Other than that though, I mean, we got wild cats around here, coyotes, brown bear. All right, I'm gonna toss this out one more time, and I'm gonna dig around in my bag and see if I can find a different jig head to throw on here. I don't like how the floating jig head is working with the bobber here. All right, give me a sec, guys. All right, we're gonna throw on one of these Kalen's shiny gold jig heads instead of the floating jig head. Buddy, chill. Panther Martin or Castmaster? We could. It's really snaggy here though. Super snaggy and shallow. We could try. I'm gonna run the shiny jig head here for a few. And if that doesn't work, we will swap out. We could try a Castmaster or something. Oop. Thought I had a bite. Got a snag instead. Had 3 wolves in my yard for a while the other night. Just watched them, tried getting them to come to my deck, but they were too timid. Pretty awesome. They were being vocal. Oh, that's cool. That'd be a cool wild animal to befriend. Though I'm still, my goal is at some point in time I want to befriend some crows. I want to make friends with the crows so they bring me gifts. We don't get them very often around my yard though. I have a bunch of magpies, but I haven't really seen too many crows in the area. All right, so we're switching up our presentation just a little bit. We have the inline bobber. We're switched to a Kalin's hammered brass, hammered gold, 1/4 ounce jig head, and we have a full crawler on there instead of just a half. We're gonna see if this piques their interest anymore. Yep. Fish are there in river too deep, trolling too fast, right? Shit, my 1/4 ounce jig head is too heavy for my bobber. Imagine that. I don't know if you remember me, my old name was the Puka. Okay, yeah, that's familiar. How you doing? Welcome back. What's up, Brandon Boone? Welcome to the stream. Takes a long time to befriend a raven or a crow. There were these little blackbirds that had nested up in my shop that I became friends with a couple of years ago. It was kind of weird. They would follow me from like the truck to the house, or like my house to my mom's house next door. They'd just be like flying, hovering in the wind next to you. I swear they were all trying to poop on me, which I don't know if that's a sign of affection or whether they were just being buttheads. But for the whole season, they followed me. Every time I went outside, I could call them over. You can train them like crows. Robert, no fish yet. We're still trying for the first fish of 2026. Figured it should be a good day to fish today, but yeah, the kiddo's here today. Back at it, you thawed out? Yeah, Born. For the moment. If you tried the fish whistle, yes, we did just blow it for the first time tonight. And then we swapped out to our new Kalin's shiny jig head here. No luck so far though. A few years ago, I had a lynx hanging out around the ice shack. First time we met, I nearly walked over him, came flying out my ice shack, and he was right there at your feet. Oh, that's neat. We have them here in Montana, lynx, bobcat. You rarely encounter them though. They're around though. Hello from Brazil. What's up, Alpha? Welcome to the stream. He was a regular on the lake that year. Everyone would feed him. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know, I've befriended squirrels, but that's about it. I used to have one that was so friendly, you'd open the front door and you had to shoo him off, otherwise he'd come right inside. He'd scare the shit out of the delivery people. I think that was the best part about it. I'd feed him all the time, go out there with a handful of peanuts or chips or, you know, whatever I was munching on. So he got quite friendly, but he'd scare the shit out of the delivery people when they'd come. Thinking I'm have some rabid squirrel on my porch. But I am so looking forward to getting the boat back out this year. We've got a few more repairs I want to do to it, but here sometime in the next, I don't know, maybe in the next few weeks, if the weather stays decent. Got a bit of a snag here. Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna walk it down. There we go. All right, unsnagged. All right, I'm gonna reposition this second pole here. It's been out there for a while. I'm gonna check the bait on it. And I think I'm gonna put it a little further downstream. Yeah, when I was young, I used to feed peanuts to the squirrels. Found one of their hordes had like 50 kilograms of nuts stashed. That's funny. Can see current about halfway. Yeah, it's got a decent amount of flow here. It's not super deep. We should have went right below the spillway. I just wasn't in the mood to deal with a bunch of snags. I usually have better luck over that way though. Though the biggest fish that I've caught down here came from downstream from the spillway. Yep. We still got a worm. I'm gonna throw another maggot on this guy. All right. Yeah, before I take the boat out, I just have to get that new battery put in and a mounting plate for it. And possibly the seat cover. Got some starboard to throw on the rear bench. Rod, get some braids to put into that beard. Oh, it's getting so, I need to trim it. Just usually every time I go about start trimming on it, I hate how it ends up and I end up shaving it all off. So by next month. Oh, that's what I gotta do. I gotta put the bunks on it. That should probably be the first thing that I do after I get the battery done. I'm going full SoCal, no trim. I don't know, mine never gets just like full and nice. I just look more homeless the longer it gets, the longer I let it grow. Gonna move this bobber up a little bit further. Give maybe a little more depth will do it. What's up, Doda? How you doing, Doda? I'm really hoping to be able to shave my head and face in the first week of deer season. You still holding out till you catch a deer, huh? Yeah, I get called homeless. Aw, damn it. Did I snag? Hold on. There we go. Made a promise to myself I can't break that or my word would be shit. Yeah. Welcome back, Falcon. We're still after our first fish. Oh, Funko. Well, welcome back. Man, Rodbot's a little lagged there. Need to work on that. Hey, Scott Zucco. Welcome to the stream. All right, I need to get a drink of my soda here. It's 4:12. Don't. We leave at 5:30. Go. All righty. What's the temp? Right around 50 degrees. So a pretty nice day here today. It was 20 this morning, but it got up to 50. I think it's supposed to get colder later in the week, but I think we're gonna have a couple of decent days. No, I'm the only one out here. There was one car when we pulled up. It was just two girls that were out here skipping rocks, and they left as soon as I got here. No results found for Great Falls, Montana. What did somebody look up? The hell's Nightbot going on about? Am I missing somebody typing? Hold on a second. Damn it, I always forget to turn on frickin'... Sorry, I'm trying to turn on all chats. I'm being dense here. Top, there it is. No. Oh yeah, the kiddo's here with me. He's over playing on his tablet and digging for rocks. Yeah, down here seeing if we can catch a channel cat or maybe a trout, maybe a pike. Just dinking around below Morony Dam. Had a couple hours to kill. I went to do a dump run earlier today and I was like, man, it's nice out today. So I went to the dump and then promptly loaded up the truck and came out fishing. We're running night crawlers. We have a drop shot rig set up on the pole that you guys can't see that has a full night crawler on it. And then the pole that you guys can see has a bobber and a half a night crawler and 2 pink gulp maggots. And nobody seems interested today so far. I honestly should have rigged up a bread ball for carp. Catfish or buffalo. Maybe. They're in here. Let's see. I do have a slightly bigger bobber. Let's switch to that. Oop. Breaking shit. Caught a smallmouth and pike using paddle tail jigs just below the dam. Yeah, I've pulled some decent pike out of here. Last time I was here, I was getting a bunch of smallmouth, but they were small, 12 inches or less. I was fishing right below the dam though. Right now we're about 200 yards downstream from the dam. I forgot all my pyramid weights that I usually would use down there. You're live, been a minute. Yeah, peace. It's been winter. Been cold and nasty, but not cold enough that we get good ice around here. About 2 hours from here, they had sustained cooler temperatures and we're getting good enough ice to fish through. I don't like driving that far when the roads are nasty. So I've been waiting for the local area to freeze up, and it's just been freeze thaw, freeze thaw. We haven't been getting anything more than an inch. It's just not been safe to do it. Dota Man, peace. Oh, you taking off? Oh, you're saying hi to peace. That's what you're doing. Goldeye hiding today also. You usually can't get them to leave you alone there. Born, yeah, so I don't get the Goldeye as much right below the dam. If you go down to like Carter or Fort Benton, they get really thick down there. Every once in a while I'll get into the Goldeye here below Morony. I think the smallmouth bass is probably my most caught species down here. Rainbow's probably second, and pike probably third. Every once in a while, you'll pull a walleye, or I've caught sauger down here. Sturgeon do come all the way up here and get stopped by the dam. Though that one's a pretty infrequent catch. No, David, we haven't had anything for it. I mean, it freezes over and then within a couple of days it's thawed. We don't get, it's not been thick enough really to fish on. I'll be visiting Livingston, Great Falls in 2 weeks to fish the Yellowstone and the Missouri. Oh, nice, Jake. You'll be right in my neck of the woods. Mention the types of rattlesnakes you have in Montana. No, this time of the year, Jake, normally they're in torpor, they're hibernating. If you get a good hot day where it gets into, you know, mid 70s, 80s, they might come out from their roost, but no. And 9 times out of 10, you'll hear them before you see them. They see you and sense you and try and scare you off. Unless you step right on it, usually rattlesnakes are nothing to worry about. Reservoir had a ton of shad, screwing up the ice fishing. Oh yeah. El Dabo said a bunch of stuff and then took it back. I thought all of Canada was cold. They tend to be. I got the extension on the ice auger, about 5.5 foot of ice. Jesus Christ. No, I mean, 3-4 inches of ice for me is perfectly safe. I will fish that. But this, you know, 1 inch or less of ice that you can walk on, but no, it's too sketchy for me. I ain't about that. I don't need to catch a fish that bad. Would be nice if we could catch something today, though. I'm still after my first fish of 2026. All right, so I just put another crawler on here. We lost our crawler. I'm gonna try and get it in a particular spot here. There's kind of an eddy right here that I feel like would be a good spot for it. There we go. I feel like that might be the spot. Oops. Appreciate it. My 14-year-old son is super excited to catch some big browns. Yeah, if you're after brown, you can catch them like around the Great Falls area. You probably want to head upstream on the Missouri. Around maybe like Dearborn area. In between basically Holter Dam and Craig. That stretch of the river produces really good browns. I wouldn't go on ice less than 4 inches. When it's that thin, it's inconsistent. Exactly. First time out there this year, I was on bad ice with sketchy. Yeah, no, I'm all about catching fish, but I ain't about winter swimming sports. It's not my jive. Doing good, starting to cook chicken tacos for dinner. Ah, that sounds good, buddy. Yeah, there's another channel on here that Josie turned me on to, Outdoor Boys. They're from kind of my same neck of the woods. They're more closer to Helena area. And they've been fishing the crap out of the ice over there. But it's, you know, a 2 to 3 hour drive from where I am to where they're fishing. And I don't usually like driving that far unless I'm camping and have the boat with me. Especially during the winter when it gets all slick and nasty out. Our ice just wasn't thick enough to drive truck. My four-wheeler's down. Smokers get colder than non-smokers too. That's true, Falcon. Yeah, I don't mind the cold as long as I can bundle up and keep warm. But when it starts getting, 10 degrees outside, 0, 10 degrees below 0, your digits, your fingers and toes don't last long. And I just makes me miserable. I don't enjoy it. Come on, fish. So we have one a little downstream. That's our bottom rig. We're on a drop shot. And then I have one kind of upstream sitting. You probably can't see it. It's right at the edge of the screen. There's kind of a little eddy out there. And I have my bobber just kind of swirling in the eddy. No ice around here. Melted mid-February. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get another cold stretch that comes in. I'm sure it probably will snow one or two more times this season. But if it's been anything like the rest of the winter here, it probably won't last more than a few days. So we're right around the corner from being able to bust the boat back out again, I think. I kind of like Ackley Lake to be one of our first boat trips this year. Rarely gets under -3°C or above 25°C where I live on the coast. Perfect climate. Yeah, being on the coast, the ocean tends to normalize the weather there. You don't get the real cold colds. You don't get the real, hot hots. Usually quite moderate. Yeah. There you go, buddy. You're welcome. Dave James, holy fuck, where you been, mate? I've been hibernating, man. It's winter. What? Throw it in the bucket up here. Or throw it in your backpack, or throw it in your pocket. Yeah, we haven't had a whole lot of snow, Dave James, but we've had the winter winds, and it's just been gross out. We got a break in the weather today, though, so I snuck off for a couple hours of fishing. Rankin Inlet, I'd hate to live up there permanently. We made top 3 coldest places on Earth a few times this year, but like 2 days ago, it was -84 with a wind chill. Good God. Where I used to work, I don't miss that at all. No, man, not at all. That's weather where you go outside and it's like it instantly, your skin hurts. And people who have never been in cold weather like that, you won't understand it until you feel it. It's like the longer you're out there, you can feel your core body temperature dropping and your skin just, the wind blowing against it feels like razor blades. It gets nasty when it's cold like that. Doing okay? Yeah, doing good. Been jonesing to get out fishing. We haven't had a stream since Christmas. Since the weather hasn't been good. We're out here for a few hours today, seeing if we can pull in the first fish of 2026. Thus far, we haven't had any luck, though. We've been out here for almost 2 hours, not a single bite. We got about an hour or so left before I gotta pull the plug and head back into town. Gotta pick up Mia from work. Having fun, Arizona. We haven't caught anything yet, though. Ooh. As I say that, our bell is jingly. Come on. I was ill prepared for today's trip. It was a spur of the moment decision, and I didn't bring my pyramid weights. I forgot one of my tackle boxes that has frickin' all my other jig heads in it. So we're not the greatest prepared today. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get anything, but we'll keep trying. We got an hour left. All right, adjusted our bobber up a little higher on the line. Oh, Jesus. Worst cast of 2026 right there. Guaranteed it. I don't even know how I did that. Oh, okay. That's what happened. All right. Bobber down. We broke our bobber. I'm like, damn, that was a really bad cast. My bobber ended up on the shore, and it's because it fucking busted.
What busted?
Oh, my bobber.
The bobber, you did not saw the bobber bust? Flow over there and you have plenty of time to get it?
Well, it broke. All right. Third time's a charm, right? Come on, fish, do something. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, MVP? How you doing, buddy? Rod, I wanted to say thank you for helping me set up Nightbot. Was wondering though, it doesn't always activate like yours or SoCal's. Is there anything it might need to do? What do you mean it doesn't activate? It doesn't always join your channel? It should automatically join. Nothing much, taking a break today. I'm a viewer. Nice. Yeah, we snuck out here for a couple hours of fishing. We've had really crappy weather lately. No, sir, it's hit or miss. Huh. Yeah, I've never had that problem. It just works in my channel. I'll take a look at your configs when I get home, but there's nothing in the configuration that I can think of that would make it do that. Maybe what you could do is remove it from the channel and then add it back again. But you shouldn't have to do that. There's nothing. I mean, once you get it set up, it's set up. I'll poke at the configs though when I get home. Same 20-mile-an-hour winds, 43 degrees today. That's just too windy. We've been getting 30, 50-mile-an-hour winds here. It just gets stupid windy when the wind decides to blow. And it's been like that a lot lately. We're supposed to have a couple of nice days though. Today and I think tomorrow is supposed to be fairly nice as well. I'm half tempted to play hooky from work and take a full day fishing somewhere. Feel bad for asking, but truly appreciate it. Oh, don't feel bad, Arizona. I'll poke at it. I'll see if I can think of anything, but I can't, off the top of my head, I don't think there's any settings within Nightbot that would cause that. It could just be that it needs to be, you can like revoke the channel access and then add it back again, and that might fix it. Hey Rod, of the 5 dams on the Missouri east of Great Falls, which one do you like to fish at the most? Down here below, so give me a sec. It really depends on what you're fishing for. So where we're at right now, the Morony Dam, this is the last dam in the series. And it's also happens to be right on the border between Eastern Montana Fishing District and Central Montana Fishing District. Which makes a difference if you're fly fishing or just plan on fishing with one pole, it doesn't matter. You can fish one pole anywhere. Once you get below the Morony, the limit, almost all the limits go out the window. It's 6 poles with 6 hooks that you're allowed each. Another bonus of fishing below the Morony is there's a lot more species. Any species that's in the Missouri exists once you get past the past Morony Dam. So it's sturgeon, channel catfish, smallmouth bass, walleye, sauger, saugeye. There's a ton of stuff that's below Morony Dam that you won't get a lot of above Morony Dam. If I were to fish above Morony Dam, and I were fishing one of the dams, I would probably aim for below Holter, below Hauser, Holter or Hauser. If you're after, again, it depends on what species you're after. If you want big browns, big rainbows, between Holter and Craig is probably your best bet. If you want walleye, potentially, hello. Sorry, lost my train of thought. That's all right. Burbot, that's the other one that I was thinking of. Burbot and walleye are more prevalent around Hauser area. If you're after pike, I would say more so closer to Great Falls. That's some of the better pike fishing. In fact, right around and in Great Falls is some of the best pike fishing in the area. Right where the Sun River goes into the Missouri is an excellent, excellent pike fishing area. Nightbot has been acting weird for a lot of channels lately, perhaps too busy creating Skynet. I wouldn't know. I haven't. This is my first stream since Christmas, so I've been out of the loop. See his red rocket now? Yeah. We're running the Ugly Stick Carbon, medium light, fast action, paired with the Piscofun Carbon X2 reel, 2000 series. That might have been a bite. What was that? Well, something knocked our sinker loose or we had a bite, because that pole's dancing now. Always happens to me. I'm always forgetting things. New state record perch in North Dakota caught today. 16.5 inches, 2.99 pounds, Devil's Lake. Wow, that is a fat perch. Yellow perch, right? David Rowe? Yeah, and Devil's Lake, the guy at the local North 40 here that works at the fish counter, I think that's where he said he goes down there almost every other weekend. He drives all the way there. He said he's got a boat, but it lives at Devil's Lake. I think that's where he said. He just said the walleye fishing's so good there that he doesn't mind the drive. You're crazy, dude. North Dakota every 2 weeks. Loving the Starlink setup though, it's a game changer. Thanks for your link. Oh, you're welcome, Arizona. I'm glad it's working out for you. Yeah, I finally reactivated mine today. I don't know where these smallies are. Normally, they're pretty rabid around this area.
Found it. Broken.
What's good? Hey, Aaron. No luck yet. We got 45 minutes or so to get a fish. We're trying for the first fish of 2026 still. And then I gotta get on out of here and go pick up Mia from work. What? Okay. Starlink is awesome. Hope they can make it cheaper for folks though. They did just switch around the plans on it. So the $50 a month plan now is no longer 50 gig and then you pay, you know, $1 for every gig on top of it. It's just a hard 100 gig and then you don't get overage anymore, I don't think.
You found this.
Oh, it's another jig head. Yeah.
But it has sharp. Wait, why are you putting it in trash?
It's not trash. There's a bunch of stuff in there. But that one is trash. It's all rusty and gross. Come on, fish. Just one. Let us get our first fish of the year. That'd be nice. No, they do have unlimited still. They switched to $50, which was their lowest tier plan. It used to be you get 50 gig for $50 and then you just pay $1 a gig over it. So if you're using less than 165 gig a month, it made sense to just go on that plan and pay the overage. But now they switched it. It's still $50 a month, but you get 100 gig with it. So they gave you twice the bandwidth, but you no longer get the $1 per gig overage if you go over 100. So you're better off with the unlimited plan in that case. I don't know, they switched up their residential tiers. They switched up a whole bunch of shit with their billing. None of it great. What do you got going for bait? We're just using night crawlers, and I have the pink Berkeley Gulp maggots. The pole that's in my hand, I'm running just a a bobber rig with a jig head and a worm on it. And then the pole that's off camera here is a drop shot with half a night crawler and one pink gulp maggot. And they're not interested in it today, it seems. For outdoors folks, sure, Arizona. I use the unlimited plan, 165 a month in my area, I think it is. Oh, Jake, yeah, if he's after pike, do you use Fishbrain? If you do, look me up at Vox, V-O-X. I don't post all of my catches there, but I do usually post some of my more interesting catches. And you can see all of the different areas around here where I've caught pike. I do know that recently on Fishbrain, here within the last month or so, I've seen quite a few people pulling pike out of right down at Giant Spring State Park. And if you've never been there, it's worth a stop even if you're not gonna fish. But if you enter the park area, you go down, there's like a main office area that's actually the fish hatchery. But if you go beyond that, there's the Roe River, which is the world's shortest river. And then right past the Roe River, if you go over the bridge, there's a little peninsula, a little pier that people fish off of. And I would say within the last month, I've seen probably 4 or 5 decent sized pike, 30 plus inchers that have been pulled out of that spot right there. And they're catching them on a variety of things. I mean, that's pike. You can catch them on spoons, you can catch them on spinner rigs. They don't allow, there's no live bait. Oh, that's another thing too, that we're talking about the different areas. Once you get down below Morony, live bait is allowed. There's no live bait above Morony. So it depends on how you fish. I never fish with live bait, so. But other than the Giant Springs, again, if you go down to like Broadwater Bay and fish around that area, which is right in Great Falls, go down a little bit from Broadwater Bay towards the bridge and kind of where the Sun River, the mouth of the Sun River comes in. Really good area there for pike. You can also go up the Sun River, down behind the Beacon Bar is another great spot for pike. Just found you on Fishbrain. Nice, Arizona. I just saw that pop up.
No need to get in their stuff. Thanks, you guys. Have fun.
Thank you. You as well. Box, Fishbrain. Man, I wish I could go for pike again when I lived in PA. Go fishing all night for them. Yeah, pike is my favorite species to target. The biggest pike that I've caught have been around the Great Falls area. One of my favorite spots to fish for them, though, is Pishkin Reservoir, which is about 45 minutes to an hour drive from Great Falls. But it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's out by Shodo. And I catch way, way more pike out there, but not the size and the quality of pike that you catch around Great Falls area. Fishy things with the 100. Thank you, Fishy. How you doing, buddy? I saw your short the other day where you lost your first muskie, or lost a muskie. I was sad for you, man. That looked like a nice fucking fish. America, yeah. Man, they are not wanting anything here today. You technically, nah. I mean, you hooked it, but it didn't end up in a net. You don't got measurements on it. I don't know if I could call that a catch. I mean, you do you, but I probably wouldn't count it. Because my first muskie that I didn't actually catch was basically that scenario. Right up to the side of the boat, and I fought with it, trying to get it into the net, and just couldn't get it into the net. It got off, and I still have, as far as I'm concerned, I have not yet caught a muskie. Close, real damn close, but I got it on shore and put 2 hands on. Okay, I mean that's valid. Oh, is that an agate? Yeah, that's. Yeah, throw that one in your pocket. That's some kind of concretion.
Oh, let's go saw that after we.
Falcon with the 20 bones for fish and chips. Thank you for the super chat there, Falcon. Appreciate your support, my friend. For the fish and chips. Robert, no, nothing yet. We've been out here a little over 2 hours and have not yet had a bite. Well, I do think we had one bite, a nibble, but we have not yet had a fish that I felt on the end of the pole. It jingled for a couple of seconds and then it was gone. No classic fishing pose or measurement. That's too bad. Definitely looked like a nice fish though, from what I could tell. 30 plus incher. Oh, come on. Snaggy bullshit. Spark plug, hi my friend. Been quite some time. Oh, I know, we haven't, this is our first stream since Christmas, you guys. It's been winter in Montana and it's been nasty. But we had a nice day today, so we're having a little fishing trip. Aaron Hybrid, Muskie in Illinois. Fished all Illinois in my 68 years. Yeah, we don't have true muskie here. We stock tiger muskie in some of our reservoirs. And year before last, I had one next to the boat. Go Rod. All right, I gotta go and snag this here. Be right back, you guys. Now, that was me trying to unsnag it. Ignore the bell.
Relay something on my tablet from the box. From last time I rolling on the road and heard a bump on that too, and then I realized it cracked.
No, the bump
Oh,
didn't.
there.
Damien, the bump didn't crack your tablet. We. That's nonsense. No, it didn't.
Why there's a crack right there?
Because you dropped it somewhere.
I did drop it.
Okay.
I didn't drop it.
Damien, we can talk about this later, buddy. The child's trying to convince me that one of the bumps we hit on the road here cracked his tablet. Cool story. Where's Rod at? We're right below Morony Dam, about 200 yards below the dam. On the Missouri River. I use swim baits and jerk baits. Yeah, both very good for pike and muskie. Tension pull to get your snag out like picking up a guitar. I just walked it upstream a little bit, and it's really rocky, and there's it's like shale, you know, slabs of rocks that the jig just gets stuck under. You walk it one direction or the other, and you can usually tug it out of out from under whatever rock it's hiding under. Fishy with the 100. Thank you, Fishy. Most people annoy me. Being alone isn't so bad. I'm right there with you, Falcon. Usually I don't play well with others. Well, I shouldn't say usually, sometimes. Hey, Rod, need to go now. Dinner with the family. Thanks for all your help at the Nightbot. Be safe out there. Take care. Oh, thanks for stopping through, Arizona. Good to see you. But yeah, I'll check your account when I get home and see if I can spot anything that might be set funky in your account. Willow Creek. No, this is the Missouri River, Sebastian. We're right below Morony Dam. Your neck hurts from the bump on the road. Whiplash. Been on a break, Rod. Ain't seen you in a while. Yeah, I haven't streamed since Christmas. I've been wanting to get out there. I've been dying to get out there. We've just had, I mean, winter's here, and with winter comes crappy wind, and that is a fishing killer for me. I'll fish in the cold, I'll fish in the rain, but I don't fish in the wind. When it's 20 plus miles an hour, it's solo fishing's my style. I do enjoy it, Seb. I don't mind fishing with other people, but I mean, 99% of the time I fish by myself. Oh, Rod, subscribe to your brother, just so you know. Oh, thanks, Aaron. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. It might be a little while till our next stream, but once the season starts and the weather warms up, we usually stream 3 to 5 times a week on this channel. So we'll be getting back at it as soon as winter decides that it's done here. Are there any cliff jumping spots near you? Looks like it has potential. It's so shallow around here, I don't know. Not that I'm aware of. Normally, if people are going cliff jumping around here, they go down to like Wolf Creek area. There's a bridge down there and some ledges. You know, it's in the canyon and there's nice deep swimming holes here. Most of this shit here, I mean, if I had waders on and I didn't mind getting wet and cold, you could probably walk, you know, out to the middle of the river here and still be, you know, below your waist. There's a few pockets here and there, but most of this is very shallow. How much longer are you going to be fishing for the day? We have a little over half an hour before we got to skedaddle out of here and go pick up Mia from work. Unfortunately, this is just a bit of a teaser. I didn't plan on fishing today. It was just so nice out that I couldn't resist it. I had no idea it was going to be so nice today. It's been so cold and so nasty for the last 2 months that fishing's just been kind of off the table. Come on, you hear that? We got 30 minutes, fish. Do what you do. Bite something. Does the weather look like we'll see you out again soon? Josie, so tomorrow and Wednesday I think are supposed to be moderately decent, and I am seriously contemplating playing hooky from work either tomorrow or Wednesday to make a proper stream somewhere. By the looks of it, probably not here. The fish don't like me here. Thanks for sharing, Rod. Appreciate it. Bye, everyone. Oh, Bob, thanks for coming and hanging out. Always a pleasure to see you. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Excuse me. Riley Hunting Fishing said, I got a new PB. I count 2 or 3 pounder an hour ago, and it was first crappie. I thought it was snagged. Got one more after that, but it was a 1 pounder, so it was fun. And your brim rod. Very nice. Congratulations on your new PB. I've only ever caught 1 crappie in my life. We have white crappie and black crappie in a couple of the ponds. Not real close to where I am, but close enough that I fish them occasionally. And last year I caught my first black crappie. It was nowhere near a pound though. Can't wait for spring too. I'm so over this winter. I know. I keep telling myself that one of these days I need to figure out a spot that would be good to buy, you know, like a winter fishing cabin. Somewhere that's warm enough that I could drive my boat down there and just chill for the winter. But most of the places like that have like alligators and shit that I don't want to be around. One of these days though, or one of these years, I'm gonna do it. Southeast. No, we're on the Missouri River right now. Where are you going? Fort Benton for smallmouth, Goldeye? So smallmouth is usually what I catch fairly well down here. Usually I fish a little bit upstream from here. But yeah, Fort Benton and Loma area is just littered with Goldeye. Smallmouth are, I've caught them there. They're not as frequent. I catch more catfish down in that region. Catfish and pike. And apparently turtles. I don't know if you guys saw my soft shell turtle video from last year. Are there bass in the river? Yeah, smallmouth bass. There's some good size smallies that come out of this stretch of the river. They don't want anything to do with me today, apparently. Only one crappie, bro. Just dangle worm close to the bank. Size 10 hook. You'll get a crappie all day. Yeah, they don't seem to be too terribly picky. It's more about finding somewhere where they're at. I think it was in a pond. It's not been fished in like 4 years. The fish are huge in that pond. Missed 4-pound bass this morning. Oh, nice. Well, nice that you at least got to see it. Sucks that you didn't get it, but. You ever tried casting? What do you mean, have I tried casting? We have a pole. Our lure's in the water. In order for me to put the lure in the water, I had to cast it. I mean, am I just, wow, am I missing something here? Or what do you mean, have I tried casting? Or like bait caster rod, is that what you mean? I feel like I'm missing something here, Pat. Oh, there we go with another snag. Give me a sec, guys. There we go. Man, banging up against all them rocks has really boogered up our jig here. She's not so shiny anymore. I don't know why they censor you. In other chats, Rod is goofy. Yeah, I don't know. It's not just Outdoor Boys. I don't know what I did to Google or YouTube. But unless I'm a mod in a chat, like my chats they get filtered into other chat. Net tossing. Oh, okay. I've never been successful at it. When I was like 17 or 18, I went and visited my parents down in South Florida. And my brothers were down there trying to learn how to throw a cast net. And I tried it a few times. None of us really were all that great at it. It's one of those things, it just takes practice. You gotta know the right technique, and you gotta practice it to get good at it. And I just never did it enough to. Outdoor Boys' dad and sons, eh? I think he's had one of them has had the kids on the stream a couple of times. It's usually two dudes. I forget their names. Josie would probably know what their names are. But it's usually two friends. They're like best friends and they fish together. Damn it. Oh. Oh, are you talking about Montana Outdoor Boys, or are you talking about the dude who like goes and digs frickin' a snow cave to camp in? Him and he often brings his kid that has like 50 some million followers or some shit. Yeah, okay, so you're talking about, that's the other channel. Sorry, I was thinking there's a channel called Montana Outdoor Boys that's been streaming in this area lately. You're talking about the super popular Outdoor Boys channel though. And yeah, it's usually just him or him and his son I've seen on quite a few of the episodes. He retired from what I understand from making YouTube videos other than the content he made for the guy to post. Oh, shit, that was me. Wasn't a fish, I smacked the pole. Snow cave guy, yeah, okay, yeah. So much for doing any ice fishing. Yeah, we haven't had within an hour, radius around me, which is about as far as I want to drive for ice fishing. It hasn't been cold enough. We get a little bit of ice and then it melts. We get a little bit of ice. I don't think anywhere in this area has gotten more than an inch, maybe 2 inches. And I don't want to go break through ice somewhere. I don't like getting wet to begin with. I damn sure don't want to get cold and wet. What's up, Josh Willie? Fish the drain in the pond, they love it. YouTube went full tyrant on him, so he quit. Yeah, I don't know much of the story behind what happened there. I thought it was more just he got burnt out. I mean, he'd been doing videos for a better part of a decade. Well, hypothermia never hurt no one. Damn sure ain't my idea of a good time, I'll tell you that. Are there trout in that river? Yeah, rainbow trout, brown trout. There's probably brook in this stretch of the river. I don't think the salmon make it down this far. We'd need to be closer to a lake or a reservoir for that. Joshua, yeah, see, that's what I thought it was more of. You ever watch the show with Culture Family? I thought I might have spelled it wrong. They have a TV show too, Otto and Elvin. Yeah, that's one of the Alaska outdoor ones. Is that, I know it's on that show or on that series. There's a bunch of, dog sledders or dog breeders. Can't remember if he was one or not. I think his wife left him over it. Okay, well that'd be a trigger for a burnout, for sure. I watched other channels making videos for Outdoor Boys for his channel. Aaron says, thanks Riley, definitely need it. Luck hasn't been on my side. Outdoors took a boat to hang out with them, but forgot to watch. Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna try once over on this side. Leave it to me to skunk out on my first trip of the year, or first outing of the year. That's all right though. We're still having fun. That dude's insane, sleeping in Alaska midwinter, no heat, some berserk. Oh yeah, it's like I'm out here in the nowhere. There's 18 feet of snow on the ground right now. I have this piece of jerky here, fork, and I think this t-shirt and shorts should be enough. Let's go ahead and get dug in. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Your fucking coat. It's like we're gonna see if we can survive a night of negative 30 degrees out here. Nothing but a t-shirt and jeans. No, I like the outdoors, but I don't like testing myself that much. I like to be comfortable. All right, we got 20 minutes, you guys. What do you think? Are we gonna catch something? Culture Homestead. Josie, the name sounds really familiar. I'm sure I've seen it. I just can't remember which series it was on. I didn't know they had a YouTube, though. Never done nighttime fishing in the river. Oh, yeah, Pat, night fishing is honestly some of my favorite fishing. We've done a couple of nighttime streams here on the channel. We'll definitely be doing some night fishing this year. We got the boat better set up for nighttime fishing. I still need to get some more lights on it, but we're at least legal now to fish at night on the boat. Glamping is camping. Well, I don't need to, be in a resort. I just need to be comfortable. Yeah, I camp in tents all the time. I'd like to get, like a camper bed for the back of my truck. Those damn things are expensive for a nice one. Cost you damn near as much as a camper. 80 today. I'm ready for summer because it's gonna be 30 tomorrow. Good luck to all my fishermen. Oh man, I wish it was 53 here today, which is abnormally warm. Rod, what's your PB catfish? Channel cat just under 20 pounds. We don't have blues or flatheads here. I mean, you can catch them here in this stretch of the river. I don't catch them as often this far upstream, but once you get below Morony Dam, there are channel cats in here. Once you get down more towards Fort Benton and then Loma afterwards, that's real prime channel cat fishing. Eastern Montana has really good catfish too. Over Fort Peck, Dread Cuts areas, I think. Rod fed a snake one day when he was fishing. Yeah, that was cool. We yoinked him out of the river and befriended him. He sat down. I think we fed him like 2 or 3 worms before he fucked off. Pretty cool though. Yeah, that was at Loma. I like fishing that area, and that's usually I normally fish there earlier in the year. I go down there for a few fishing sessions. What is it? Late May, June-ish, I think is when the sturgeon run. You ever fishing your dams or bridge fishing? Yeah, Pat, we're just, I'm gonna scroll the camera over here a little bit. You guys can't see it all that well, but we're just downstream from a dam right there. That's Morony Dam. Normally I'd be fishing in the tailwaters, like right up there at the dam. It's super snaggy, and I didn't bring the proper gear for it today. We kind of just it was so warm, I just said, hey, we're not going home, we're going fishing. So we drove out here to fish for a little bit. Uncle has those 500K tour buses for his RV. Oh, that must be nice, Josh. I don't want to have a full-blown mobile, a camper. Like, I just like a little camper top for my truck. A buddy of mine, his dad drives his truck, pulls his, short camper trailer behind it, and then the boat behind that. He's got, his whole train of shit. And it's just, fuck that. I can barely maneuver my boat around sometimes. I don't need to drag a snake behind me. 32 degrees here today, and it felt amazing. Yeah, it got 53 here today. It's been chilly the last week or so, but it's decent today. Now that the sun's starting to go down, it's definitely, my feet are starting to get chilly, but it's not bad. I got camping a few times a year, but the glamp site remains permanent for the summer. I mean, if you got it, why not? That's just not in my budget right now. Camp 1 to 3, summer, glamp the rest. There you go. Dang, that's a big channel. You got me beat. Normally I catch blues, flats, mudcat. Yeah, we don't have any of those here. We have 3 types of catfish in Montana. Channel cats, they get up to be around 40 pounds, I think is the record. High 30s, 37, 38. And then we get bullheads, yellow bullhead and black bullhead, but they only get to be, 12, 13 inches max. And then we get, I always forget the damn name of, I'll think of it. Another tiny little, it's the only native catfish species in Montana, but they're just itty bitty. Look a lot like a bullhead. My friend, a close friend, a deceased father, he goes to RV site place, 5 ponds, little general store, small little place to get some grub. That's convenient. Rod, that was my favorite thing ever. Love that. Did you make a short of it? I don't know if I did make a short on that one. I know I pulled out the turtle that was, I think, that same trip. I don't know if I did the snake, though. I'll have to check. If I haven't, I should. It wasn't the greatest footage. I would have to pull it from my live. Yeah, it was cool. Not really want to do anything with me even. Hello, because my dad never paid him off. 6K hospital fees. Oh, geez, that sucks, Josh. Rod, are you able to walk across Morony to the opposite shore? No, they don't allow public access on the dam itself in this particular one. Some dams they do. They have a road or a walking path right on them. This particular one they don't. There is access to the other side of the river from another fishing access site, but you got to drive. It's like 10 miles out of town east from Great Falls, and then go way down into the Highwood Mountains and go down this winding path. It's like, to get a mile downstream from here, which is where the other fishing access site is, on the opposite side of the river, I would have to drive literally like 40 miles from here to get there. It's like way around. That one's called Widow's Coulee. I was actually just talking about fishing there the other day when I was in SoCal Stream. There's a really good catfishing spot apparently there, but you have to hike like over a mile from the road to get to it. We can do 2 trailers in Manitoba no more. Oh, can't do anymore, but since I'm like 2 minutes away from Saskatchewan, I double trailer there all the time. Oh, you double trailer from there. Yeah, it's just too sketch. Haven't done that in years. Hard on vehicles. He's pro at it. He'll back the boat into the boat launch behind the camper. I'm like, fuck that, man. Makes my brain hurt thinking about the angles, Even just with one trailer, sometimes it's like it just doesn't make sense why the trailer's going that way when I'm turning. So with 3 links in it, it's too confusing. Not worth it. Caught a 5-pound bully in Illinois. Small flatty, we noticed the whiskers were different. Oh, nice. Bullhead and yellow belly are good live bait. We're not allowed to use them here for bait, Aaron. Watch out, Blondie, with the happy poop. Thank you. Watch out, Blonde. Man, I'm behind in chat here. Definitely should. Rod, this uncle was a plant manager, Nestle, New Jersey, yeah, millionaire. Heck yeah. Done that, Josh. I'm in Springfield. Rod, you seriously cool dude. Thanks, man. Oh, thanks, Jake. Thanks for coming and hanging out and fishing with us. It's always enjoyable to bring you guys along. I'm sorry, it doesn't look like we're actually going to catch a fish today. We've got 10 more minutes before I got to pack up and head back into town. And we are not really showing any signs of life here. But we tried. I still had fun. I'm glad to be out on the water, and I've been stuck inside for the last 2 months. Pleasure to see you all and hang out.
You want to get your setup?
I ended up like 15 minutes behind. Oh, El Dabo. I do that. Come on, last cast magic here. We need an outro fish. Somebody bite something. Yeah, we'll be, if the weather keeps up though, if it continues to stay moderate like this, I think we're gonna try and get the boat out soon. Like I said, I gotta swap one of the batteries out, and that should be here next week, I think, or later this week. And I would like to figure out how to get my boat roller bunks on. But I don't need that unless I plan on fishing somewhere like Pishkin. But yeah, I would say sometime within the next month, and I know that sounds like an eternity, but sometime within the next month we'll have the boat back out on the water, I feel like. So stay tuned, you guys. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit the sub and the subscribe button. Come back and hang out and fish with us sometime. Would love to have you. Currently digging out my sim racing setup. Just got a sudden urge to race. Oh, yeah. Now I'm gonna go home and I think tweak on Rodbot there a little bit. Take a look at the temperature for the next few days. RV park my friend has, 5 ponds, was in Mulberry Grove. No idea where that is. From Granite City, Madison County. Yeah, y'all are on the other side of the country from me. All right, I'm gonna start packing up just a little bit here. We've got about 5 minutes before we gotta start dragging this stuff back up to the truck. Bear with me for a few minutes here, guys. These fish don't like me today. I honestly thought they were going to be biting like crazy today. I figured wrong. We've had a barometer headed in an upward trajectory for the last couple of days. Moderate temperatures, I figured they'd be active. Not today. Not today. I'm gonna get home and look at fish brain though, and everybody and their brother's gonna be out today catching stuff. Bipolar weather, 74 degrees yesterday, now it's like 44. Fish brain still exists. Yeah, I don't post on it as much as I used to, but yeah, it's still there. If you're on fish brain, you can look me up. I'm at Vox, V-O-X. I don't post all my catches on there, but I usually, if I catch something interesting, I try and pop it on there. So you can see some of the cooler fish that I've caught if you go check out the page. Hey, 420, how you doing? Yeah, we're right below Morony Dam on the Missouri River, where the fish are not coming out to play today. Download the app again to see if Singapore or Philippines goes on it. There's people from all over the world on there, man. I sub to certain species on there, so you can have preferences for the feed that it gives you. And so I've subbed to the Northern Pike species, so I see all the cool pike that people catch all over the world. Tiger muskies, and I think pike and tiger muskie are the two that I sub to on there. I've been doing good, just been stuck inside. I hate winter. I really wish winter didn't exist sometimes. Josie with the gifted membership. El Dabo, heck yeah, congrats El Dabo with the 1 month free in the Rod Squad. Thank you, Josie, appreciate the support. It's all going towards our first Starlink bill of the year. For those of you that are new to the stream, we stream a lot of these remote Montana locations. The only way we would be able to stream these locations is with Starlink. So that's what powers our streams out here in the middle of nowhere. We got our Starlink Mini chilling over here on the ground, running off our DeWalt battery, 8 amp hour battery. These suckers give me about 5 to 6 hours of live streaming per battery. And in fact, I did just pick up 2 12 amp DeWalt batteries as well. That are still, they should arrive sometime in the next week or two. So they're the off-brand ones though. So we'll see if maybe we can get some extended runtime out of those. It might bump us up to, 7 hours or so. Nope. Well, we're gonna go ahead and start prepping to get stuff in. Thank you again for joining us today out here on our first stream of 2026. We have, looks like officially been skunkled, but that's okay. We got a whole year ahead of us and lots of adventures. So if you guys like fishing, you like live streams, hit us up, come hang out. We'll be live a whole bunch this year. We do shore fishing, we do pond fishing. We take the boat out, do some trolling, some jigging. If there's water and there's fish, we will fish it. We ain't too picky. Josie with another 1 gifted membership to Zyro. Congratulations, Zyro. Welcome to the chat, Zyro. How you doing, buddy? Powerball win coming my way. We going to Mexico. I don't know if that's the smartest destination to go to these days, but sounds fun. We just might not ever make it home again. I hear they like to take heads as souvenirs down in those parts these days. I got the biggest rod. Oh yeah? Well, that may be. We're not comparing rods though, are we? That's a little gay. Oh, come on, are we snagged up? Well, we might be losing our drop shot rig here. Feels like we found came free. That wasn't hard enough to break it. Oh, now we're snagged again. And there's our alarm. We are late 30 right now. Oop, that might have broke it. Still got something there. What did we lose? I think we lost our sinker. Our hook and sinker. Alrighty, well that's a perfect end of the day, folks. We broke off. That is all good though. Still had fun. We will be back out here hopefully again very soon. I think we'll leave the stream going while we pack up and drive on out of here. My alarm is going off, telling me that we are going to be late to pick up Mia from work. So let's get headed on out of here. Buddy, you want to go ahead and pack up your things, get your backpack ready? Damien.
What?
Backpack.
Backpack, Gatorade.
Time to go. We gotta go get your mama from work. All right, y'all, let's head back on up to the truck. We have officially been skunked. We will get them next time. Gotta go. Peace out. Thanks for stopping by, El Dubbo. Always a pleasure, my friend. We'll see you on the next one. I gotta upload the picture to YouTube so I can show the fish while live. You don't stream, Zyro? Man, Montana looks pretty. I'd be happy with a skunk. Always fun to catch fish, but I mean, just being out here, getting the hell out of the house, seeing the views, makes it all worth it. Oh, this is the worst part about fishing dams, coming back up. I don't like climbing. I will tell you what though, this rinky-dinky shopping cart that I rigged up here makes it a lot easier, for sure. Yeah, we'll flip the camera around here and give you guys a little better view. This is Missouri River, the spill waters right off the Morony Dam. What's up, Jackson? How you doing, buddy? It's a dam, hydroelectric dam. We're gonna get our fishing cart put away and all the stuff in the truck here. Oh. Well, we got our butt kicked, but we'll get them next time. Oh. I think I'm gonna get a wagon. It's too much to carry sometimes. Yeah, so this is just you'll see people, it's a grocery cart. It collapses down. I'll show you in a sec here once I get everything out of it. But I've just strapped some PVC on it to hold poles in. There's a couple on the sides. And then I have my just set up right on the back of it. And normally I bring 2 additional pole holders and I just wedge them down in here. So you get 2 pole holders off the front that are within the view of the camera. It's not a bad little rig. It was just Mia had bought it for hauling groceries when we lived in California. We were right around the corner from the grocery store, so she just hauled the little wagon or the grocery cart over there.
Got this picture finally.
And after we moved back to Montana, there's not a grocery store for 15 miles, so there ain't no cart and groceries anymore. So I purposed it. Well, I finished packing up the truck and then we'll be on the road. In fact, I'm gonna, well, let me show you the rest of the cart here. Now, you could fit quite a bit of shit in it too. I got, you know, a couple of box of plastics, a bucket, my Starlink, a fish measuring stick, all sorts of goodies. But it really does, it saves, it's such a hassle trying to haul shit around. There's only so much you can fit in a backpack. But definitely, it comes in handy. Sorry, I'm probably making y'all dizzy here. All right, connection might get a little wonky here for a Starlink on the deck. That's it. That's how I drive with it. It just kind of wedges on up in there. All right, buddy, move your feet for a sec. All right. And then this whole thing just literally just pulls up, collapses up. She just rides pretty good. That's it. Got a bungee cord over the top and the wheels hit the tailgate. Good to go. All right, we are going to be late. I should have left 10 minutes earlier. Ah, damn it. How the hell I managed that? Locked myself out of my truck after opening every door. That makes sense. Oh. Oh, and I'm way behind on chat here.